The colony of Nova Terra lay on the edge of the known galaxy, far from Earth's busy worlds. It was a beautiful planet, with orange skies, green mountains, and oceans that reflected the light of two suns. For decades, humans had built a life there. Cities rose slowly, schools opened, and laboratories hummed with the work of scientists exploring strange plants and minerals. Families laughed in the streets and children ran through parks that had been planted by their parents. Life on Nova Terra was peaceful, simple, and full of hope. Among the settlers, Dr. Lyra Venn was well known. She was a biologist, studying the strange ecosystems of Nova Terra. Every morning she would step outside her lab to watch the twin suns rise, listening to the soft calls of alien birds that had adapted to the human settlements. Lyra loved this colony. It was a dream of what humans could build beyond Earth, but that peace did not last. One day, without warning, the sky above Nova Terra darkened. Shadows crossed the twin suns as massive ships appeared. They were alien warships, vast and black, moving like predators through the planet's orbit. Alarm sirens sounded across the colony. Humans looked up in shock, unable to comprehend the scale of the fleet above them. From one of the warships, a hollow voice echoed, translated instantly by the colony's communication system. "Surrender immediately, humans. Resistance is meaningless. You will be destroyed." The leaders of Nova Terra tried to respond, but it was already too late. Energy beams shot down from the alien ships, striking cities and factories. The ground shook with explosions. Buildings crumbled. Fires spread across once green fields. The colony's defenses, modest and untested against such overwhelming force, were crushed in moments. Lyra grabbed her communicator, calling for any surviving teams in her area. She ran through the burning streets, her heart pounding. She saw children being herded into shelters, but many had nowhere to go. Entire neighborhoods were reduced to smoke and rubble. Above, the alien warships hovered like dark mountains. They moved with precision, crushing the colony systematically. It was not chaos. It was careful, calculated destruction. In a small command center underground, Governor Elias Harrow watched the invasion unfold on holographic screens. Sweat dripped down his face. "We can't hold them," he whispered, shaking his head. This is beyond anything Earth could have imagined." Meanwhile, in orbit, Earth received the news. Alarms rang across human space stations. Messages from Nova Terra came in fragmented, desperate, and full of fear. Earth's leaders convened immediately in the Global Defense Council. Screens showed burning cities, plumes of smoke, and thousands of human lives at risk. On the council floor, Admiral Cale Rinn stood silently, his hands clasped behind his back. He had fought in conflicts on the edge of human space, but nothing like this had ever come close to Earth's colonies. His face was hard, calm, but his eyes burned with determination. "The aliens believe they can strike us without consequence," Cale said quietly. "They think humanity is small, weak, and afraid. They are wrong." A young council member spoke, her voice trembling. "Admiral, we can't fight that fleet. They destroyed Nova Terra in hours. Earth doesn't have anything that can stop them." Cale turned slowly, his gaze sharp. "Earth has been hiding its power for a reason. They may not know it yet, but the humans of this planet do not forgive easily. The colonies may fall, but our response will be unlike anything they have ever faced." Back on Nova Terra, chaos raged. Survivors ran through streets filled with smoke and fire. Some tried to fight back with small weapons, but against alien energy beams and advanced ships, they were helpless. Lyra gathered a small group of children and workers, leading them to an emergency shelter she had helped build months earlier. "Stay close to me," she shouted over the roar of explosions. "We will survive this. We have to survive." Even in the face of death, humans did not give in to despair. In the shelters, families huddled together. Engineers and scientists worked frantically to restore communication, to find any way to resist. They knew resistance might only delay the inevitable, but humans always fought, even when hope was dim. High above, the alien commanders observed. Their work. They were confident. This colony, they thought, was a warning to the rest of humanity. Any settlement beyond Earth's orbit could be destroyed with the same ease. They did not know the humans' patience, their resolve, or their hidden power. By nightfall, Nova Terra was a shadow of its former self. Fires burned across cities and the cries of the wounded filled the air. Yet in the underground shelters, small fires of human spirit burned brighter than ever. Lyra tended to the injured, sharing water and comfort. Children clung to her, asking questions she could not answer. We will go back to Earth, she whispered to herself, holding a small child's hand. And they will pay for this. Thousands of light years away, Earth prepared its answer. Secret bases, hidden in the shadows of space, began to hum with activity. Massive warships, some as large as moons, powered up their engines. These were the Dreadnoughts, long kept secret from the galaxy, silent watchers of humanity's potential. Scientists, engineers, and soldiers worked tirelessly to bring them online. Each ship was a fortress, a weapon of unimaginable power, combining human ingenuity with advanced technology scavenged from centuries of exploration. Admiral Cale Rinn oversaw the preparations personally. He walked among the Dreadnoughts, his hand brushing cold metal hulls. Each vessel seemed alive, responding to commands as if it knew the minds of its crew. These ships, Cale said to his lieutenants, are not just tools of war. They are the voice of humanity. The galaxy will hear us now, and they will remember that humans do not surrender. On Earth, the Council debated strategy. Some feared retaliation would escalate into full galactic war. Others, hardened by the loss of Nova Terra, argued that showing weakness was more dangerous than any battle. Cale's voice carried weight, and soon the Council agreed. Humanity would not only defend itself but strike decisively, proving that no alien force could threaten human colonies without consequences. Meanwhile, survivors on Nova Terra began to escape. Using underground tunnels, cargo ships, and smuggled shuttles, they fled to nearby safe zones. Lyra, carrying supplies and helping injured children, became a symbol of hope. Every step they took was a step toward survival, a defiance of the destruction above. The aliens believed they had won. The colony was reduced to rubble. Humans were terrified, disorganized, and vulnerable. But the humans of Nova Terra, and those on Earth watching their plight, felt something else, a quiet, burning anger, a resolve that could not be destroyed by fire or beam or fear. In the shadows of orbiting alien warships, Earth quietly activated its fleet. The first Dreadnoughts began their journey, invisible to the aliens, moving faster than light. Their engines hummed with silent power. Their crews, trained for decades, were ready. Humanity's answer was coming. On Nova Terra, Lyra looked at the burning horizon one last time. She whispered to herself, "We will survive. Earth will answer. They will pay, not just for Nova Terra, but for underestimating us. They will learn what humans are." Somewhere in the galaxy, Admiral Cale Rinn issued the first command. The Dreadnoughts moved as one, a silent, unstoppable force. The galaxy had believed humans were weak. They had believed humans were afraid. They had been wrong, and the first whispers of Earth's answer began to spread across alien communication networks. Messages intercepted by alien intelligence carried a warning. The humans of Earth do not forget. The humans of Earth do not forgive. We are coming. The sky over Nova Terra was filled with fire and smoke, but beneath it, a new hope was born. Humanity's vengeance, long dormant, was awakening, and no alien force would ever see it coming in time. Far above Earth, in the quiet expanse of orbit, massive structures hovered silently. From the surface below, they were invisible to the naked eye, hidden by advanced cloaking technology. On the ground, humans went about their daily lives, unaware of the full scale of humanity's secret. But deep in Earth's orbital command centers, the truth was impossible to ignore. Earth had been preparing for this moment for centuries. Admiral Cale Rinn walked through the corridors of the main command station. Screens lined the walls, displaying detailed schematics of ships, colonies, and alien fleets. He stopped at a massive viewport and gazed at the first of the Dreadnoughts, slowly emerging from its orbital dock. It was unlike any human ship the galaxy had ever seen. Longer than a city, wider than a mountain range, armored with materials that could withstand the most powerful alien weapons. "Status report," Kyle demanded. A young officer turned to him, fingers flying across holographic controls. "All Dreadnought systems are operational, Admiral. Power cores are stable. Weapons arrays are calibrated. Crew readiness is at 98%. Kale nodded. "Good. Let's make sure the remaining ships follow the same schedule. The galaxy will not give us a second chance." The Dreadnought program had been humanity's best-kept secret. While other civilizations assumed Earth had only a small defensive fleet, in reality, 500,000 planet-sized warships had been quietly built over centuries. Each Dreadnought was designed to operate autonomously, but human crews could control them directly when needed. Advanced AI allowed the ships to coordinate in ways even the most experienced alien tacticians could not predict. Earth's engineers had learned from history. Every weapon, every shield, every propulsion system had been tested and retested. Every Dreadnought was equipped not just for combat, but for survival in the harshest parts of space. The ships could endure radiation storms, gravitational anomalies, and attacks from fleets far larger than any humans had ever faced. In the assembly bays, the first Dreadnought, named Vigilant, powered up its systems. Engines hummed like a living creature awakening. Lights along its hull blinked rhythmically, and massive energy conduits glowed as power surged through the ship. Crew members trained for decades took their stations, adjusting their suits and checking weapons. Among them was Lieutenant Mara Sin, one of the youngest pilots ever assigned to a Dreadnought. She had grown up hearing stories of human resilience, of battles fought against impossible odds. Now, for the first time, she would see what that resilience truly meant. "Brace yourselves," Kale's voice echoed through the fleet's internal comms. "We move not out of anger, but out of justice. Remember Nova Terra. Remember every colony that has fallen. Humanity will answer." The Dreadnoughts began to move. Engines flared silently, and one by one, the massive ships left their orbital docks. To an outside observer, the sky above Earth remained calm, but in reality, a storm of steel and fire was awakening. As the fleet gathered beyond the moon's orbit, Kyle addressed the crew once more. "The aliens think they can destroy us easily. They have seen only our colonies small and spread out. They have not seen the strength of humanity united. They will learn that mistake today." Meanwhile, alien scouts patrolled the edges of human-controlled space. They scanned the void looking for signs of new activity. They found nothing. Humans had hidden their fleet perfectly, leaving the aliens blind to the massive force preparing to strike. "Interesting," one alien commander said, observing data on a large screen. "Our sensors detect nothing unusual, yet something stirs near Earth. Caution is advised." Back on Earth, Kyle reviewed strategies with his officers. "We don't strike blindly," he said. "Our goal is not just revenge. It is precision, efficiency, and shock. We must show the galaxy that humans cannot be underestimated." The fleet moved in formation, faster than any alien vessel could predict. Communications between Dreadnoughts were instantaneous, thanks to advanced quantum relays. Every ship knew the position of every other, able to maneuver as a single organism if needed. On board Vigilant, Mara watched the stars streak past the viewports. "It's incredible," she whispered to herself. "I never imagined we could have this." Another crew member, Engineer Solon, adjusted controls for the weapons arrays. "Incredible. Yes, but terrifying. We're carrying the power to destroy entire planets. I hope we never have to use it all at once." Kale's voice returned over the intercom. "Do not hope, Solon. Do not fear. Focus. Humanity does not act recklessly. We act with purpose." For days, the Dreadnoughts traveled through hyperspace, approaching the edge of the alien-controlled sectors. Along the way, crews trained and drills were conducted. Each human knew their role, and each dreadnought responded like a perfect extension of their skill. It was not just technology, it was human ingenuity, combined with centuries of preparation. The first signs of alien presence appeared near the ruins of Nova Terra. Scouts had barely survived the initial attack, but their reports warned the fleet of remaining alien forces in the region. The aliens had rebuilt some defenses expecting resistance, but not this scale of resistance. Kale studied the maps, eyes sharp. They think a few squadrons can stop us. Let them try. When they see what Earth has brought, they will regret every strike against humanity. On board another dreadnought, Lieutenant Mara received orders to prepare the primary weapon systems. All systems green, she reported. Weapons at maximum readiness. Engineer Solon added, "We're ready, Admiral. The fleet, it's more than anyone could have imagined. The aliens will not survive this first encounter." Kyle allowed himself a small smile. For the first time in years, he felt the weight of hope settle in his chest. Humanity was not defenseless. Humanity was not weak. Humanity had been preparing for this, and now the galaxy would see it. As the fleet approached the target coordinates, Kale gave one final order. Activate the cloaking array for all ships, maintain radio silence. Let them discover us when it is too late. We are not just humans. We are the reckoning. The stars stretched and bent as the fleet slipped closer, to the edge of alien territory. From a distance, the alien forces noticed something strange. Tiny blips, almost invisible against the darkness of space. Their sensors could not fully detect the massive dreadnoughts approaching. "What is that?" an alien officer asked nervously. "It is enormous but moving in strange patterns. Could it be a trap?" Kale's voice echoed silently across the void, not heard by them, but in the minds of his crew it carried strength. The fleet continued, hundreds of thousands of dreadnoughts moving as one, preparing for the first strike of a war the galaxy had never seen. Lyra Venn, safe now on a transport heading toward Earth, received updates on the fleet's movements. She looked at the reports, her eyes wide. "They're huge," she whispered. "They're bringing everything Earth has. Maybe we'll survive this after all." Children and survivors listened to her words and dared to hope. Even after the horrors of Nova Terra, the spirit of humanity was alive and unbroken. Kale, standing on the bridge of the flagship, gazed at the distant stars. "This is for Nova Terra," he said quietly. "This is for every colony they have destroyed. Humanity will rise, and the galaxy will remember the name of Earth." And with that, the first wave of dreadnoughts silently crossed into alien-controlled space, invisible, unstoppable, and fully armed. The galaxy had no idea what was coming. The aliens had destroyed a human colony, believing it a victory. They did not know that Earth had been waiting, preparing a fleet so vast and powerful that no force in the galaxy could stop it. For the first time, humanity would show its true strength. Above the ruins of Nova Terra, faint signals reached Earth, messages from survivors. They spoke of destruction, of horror, but also of hope. Hope that their home planet was not defenseless. Hope that the humans of Earth had an answer. Kale smiled grimly. "They will see our answer soon," he said, "and it will be devastating." The dreadnoughts moved ever closer. 500,000 massive warships, each a fortress, each a symbol of human ingenuity, courage, and resolve. The awakening had begun, and the galaxy would tremble. The silence of space stretched endlessly. Stars glimmered like distant candles, but nothing could prepare the galaxy for what was about to happen. Hidden among the stars, humanity's 500,000 dreadnoughts moved with precision, a single living organism of steel, energy, and firepower. The aliens had no idea that a storm of unimaginable power was approaching. Admiral Kale Rin stood on the bridge of the flagship vigilant, his eyes scanning the navigation displays. Every dreadnought was in position, fully operational, ready to move on his command. The ships were massive, each one bigger than any alien battleship, bristling with weapons that could level moons. Hundreds of thousands of crew members were at their stations, each performing their role with flawless precision. "Coordinates set," reported Lieutenant Mara Sin, her voice steady despite the tension. "All dreadnoughts are ready to engage. Weapon systems are online. Cloaking arrays deactivated as ordered." Kale's gaze hardened. "Remember, we are not here to show mercy. We are here to protect humanity and send a message. Begin the strike at my command." The alien fleet stationed near the ruins of Nova Terra was confident. They had rebuilt some defense platforms, believing the humans to be too weak to retaliate. Their ships were large, heavily armored, and bristling with energy weapons. They scanned the approaching space, expecting perhaps small human skirmishers, but nothing like the scale of what approached. "What are those?" an alien commander barked, noticing the blips moving with unnatural speed. "Impossible. Our sensors cannot detect them fully. They are enormous." The humans had advanced faster than light maneuvering, allowing the dreadnoughts to arrive unseen until it was too late. Kyle took a deep breath and gave the command. "Open fire." In an instant, the void of space lit up. Energy beams cut through, the darkness striking alien ships with pinpoint precision. Alien defenses reacted too slowly. Entire fleets were shattered in moments. One dreadnought alone, vigilant, unleashed a barrage of plasma arrays that carved through enemy capital ships, as if they were paper. Lieutenant Mara watched through the viewport as a massive alien battleship disintegrated under their fire. "It's unstoppable," she whispered, awe and fear mixing in her voice. Engineer Solon adjusted the targeting systems. "We've planned for every scenario, Mara. These ships are not just weapons, they are a statement. Humanity will not be ignored." The alien fleet scrambled. Energy shields flickered and collapsed under the coordinated assault. Smaller ships tried to escape, but the dreadnoughts moved faster and struck with precision. In a matter of hours, the remnants of the alien forces were retreating, their command structure shattered. Kyle observed the battlefield with calm determination. "Focus on protecting civilians in critical zones," he ordered. "We destroy. They're warships, not colonies we can reclaim." Amid the chaos, human pilots carried out daring maneuvers. Shuttle teams evacuated survivors from the ruins of Nova Terra, navigating through debris and fire. Lyra Venn, still guiding children toward safety, received updates on the human fleet's movements. Her heart soared. Humanity was not only surviving, it was fighting back in a way no alien could have imagined. Onboard vigilant, Mara and Solon coordinated with hundreds of other dreadnoughts. Each ship was like a neuron in a massive brain, moving instinctively, reacting to threats before the aliens even realized the danger. It was coordination beyond anything the galaxy had seen. An alien commander, watching the destruction unfold, barked orders that came too late. "Focus all energy on the largest vessel. Destroy it." But it was futile. The dreadnoughts anticipated such moves. A combined shield and counterattack neutralized the alien strike, leaving their largest ship crippled. Another volley from human ships finished it, leaving nothing but wreckage drifting through space. Kyle allowed himself a moment to reflect. "They believed humans were weak," he said quietly to his officers. "They believed we feared them. They were wrong." The battle was not only a demonstration of sheer power but also of human strategy and ingenuity. Unlike aliens who relied heavily on raw strength, humans combined speed, precision, and adaptability. Each dreadnought could operate autonomously, but working together, they created a force the galaxy had never seen. Meanwhile, on Earth, news of the first strike began to reach human populations across distant colonies. Communication relays transmitted images of alien ships exploding in space, showing humans standing victorious in every frame. For the first time, civilians realized the true scale of the hidden fleet. Hope spread rapidly. Families who had feared humanity could do nothing now knew their planet had power, courage, and determination unlike any other. Back in the battlefield, Kale noticed a cluster of alien ships attempting a last-ditch attack on Nova Terra's remaining installations. Mara, Intercept them immediately, he ordered. The young lieutenant guided a dreadnought into position. Her fingers flew over the control panel, activating plasma arrays and targeting systems. The alien ships had no chance. Each attack was precise, each strike decisive. Within moments, the last of the enemy group was destroyed or fleeing. Sector secure, Mara reported, voice calm but tinged with excitement. Kyle nodded. Good. Prepare for regrouping. We cannot stop now. The galaxy is watching. The message must be clear. Humanity does not forgive. Humanity does not surrender. Even as the battle ended, alien commanders struggled to comprehend the scale of the loss. Our fleet? How? They were so many. One gasped. This is beyond comprehension. Humanity. We underestimated them. The survivors of the alien fleet retreated to distant systems, carrying the warning that humans had arrived, and they had arrived with fury and precision. Back on Nova Terra, Lyra Venn stepped outside, seeing the remnants of alien warships scattered across orbit. It's over, for now, she said softly. She hugged the children she had protected. We survived, and Earth answered. But even in victory, humans knew the war was only beginning. Kyle issued new orders to pursue alien fleets cautiously, reclaim human colonies, and protect survivors. Every engagement now was a lesson, every victory a statement. Humanity had returned to the galaxy not as prey, but as a predator. In the alien command networks, reports of destruction circulated quickly. Political leaders argued, blaming each other for underestimating humans. For the first time, they questioned the strength, ingenuity, and sheer scale of human civilization. This is unprecedented, one said. We cannot face them directly. Perhaps negotiation is our only option. Kyle listened to intercepted transmissions but did not rejoice. We are not here for negotiation, he said. We are here to defend our people, to show that humanity will always rise, no matter how strong the enemy seems. The dreadnoughts regrouped near the ruins of Nova Terra, preparing to move deeper into alien territory. Each ship carried supplies for long campaigns, shelters for survivors, and weapons to neutralize any threat. Humanity's strategy was simple: liberate, protect, and strike with precision. Every human knew the stakes. Every human knew what was at risk. In the quiet moments, Kale walked among the dreadnought crews, offering encouragement, sharing meals, in small mess halls and speaking to the youngest soldiers. You are the first to see what humanity truly is, he said. The galaxy will not forget you, and neither will I. Lieutenant Mara reflected on the battle as she walked the corridors, a vigilant. I thought we were small, weak, that the aliens could destroy us easily. I was wrong. Humanity. We are unstoppable. Engineer Solon smiled. We're not unstoppable, Mara. We are prepared. We are smart. And that is enough to survive. And win. Kyle returned to the bridge, looking at the stars. Nova Terra was only the beginning, he said. The galaxy will know the humans of Earth. They will know our resolve, and they will never, ever forget it. The galaxy had begun to understand the humans were no ordinary species. News of the Dreadnought fleet and the destruction of the alien forces near Nova Terra spread like wildfire. Across countless systems, alien leaders whispered warnings, some in disbelief, some in fear. Yet for Admiral Kale Rin and the humans aboard the Dreadnoughts, the campaign was only beginning. Kale stood on the bridge of the flagship Vigilant, watching holographic projections of alien territories. The galaxy assumed we were weak. They assumed we feared death. They assumed they could destroy our colonies without consequence, he said quietly to his officers. We will show them how wrong they are. Lieutenant Mara Sin, looking at the maps, nodded. Our fleets are already in position near the other colonies, Admiral. Some are trapped, waiting for rescue. Others are under siege. We can strike now and save them. Kale's voice was firm. Do it, but remember, we are not here to destroy everything. We are here to liberate our people and send a message that humans protect their own. We strike, we defend, and we move forward with precision. The first operation began in a distant sector where human colonies were still under alien occupation. The aliens, thinking humans had been weakened after Nova Terra, were unprepared for the coordinated assault. Dreadnoughts appeared suddenly, thousands at once, each one a fortress of destruction. Alien fleets scrambled, attempting to defend the colonies, but their formations were no match for human strategy. Kale had divided the fleet into smaller squadrons, each capable of operating independently yet perfectly synchronized with others. The Dreadnoughts struck with surgical precision, neutralizing enemy command ships first and disabling energy shields. Within hours, the human colonies were liberated, with minimal casualties on the human side. In one of the liberated colonies, Lyra Ven reunited with other survivors. She helped distribute medical supplies and repair damaged infrastructure. Children, once terrified, now watched human soldiers and engineers move with confidence. For the first time since the destruction of Nova Terra, the people of the colonies felt safe and hopeful. Meanwhile, alien leaders convened emergency councils in multiple systems. Panic had replaced their initial arrogance. How could humanity recover so quickly? One commander demanded. They have fleets we did not detect. They are everywhere, another replied. They cannot be stopped. Their strategy, their speed, their weapons, it is unlike anything we have ever faced. Perhaps we should consider negotiation. Kyle, however, had no intention of negotiating with those who had destroyed human lives. His mission was clear: defend humanity and liberate all colonies under threat. He deployed squads to multiple regions, ensuring that no alien ship could escape without being seen by human eyes. Onboard vigilant, Mara watched the battle unfold through advanced sensors. Thousands of alien ships were destroyed, captured, or forced to retreat. The efficiency of human tactics stunned even her, despite being trained for years. She realized that the humans were not relying solely on firepower. They were relying on creativity, strategy, and teamwork, qualities that the aliens had consistently underestimated. Engineer Solan monitored energy outputs, ensuring the Dreadnoughts could sustain prolonged campaigns. We are doing more than just fighting, he said. We are teaching them a lesson about humanity, one that will last generations. Kyle nodded. Every ship we save, every colony we protect, strengthens our message. The galaxy will understand. Humans are not to be trifled with. The campaign stretched across light years. Colonies previously cut off from Earth were now free, and survivors began rebuilding with Earth's support. Each victory added to humanity's reputation. Alien factions that once mocked humans now whispered in fear. Even in the heart of enemy territory, humans displayed restraint. Kale refused to destroy planets unnecessarily. He knew that true power was not only in firepower but in control, in sending a message without losing humanity itself. During one campaign, Mara piloted a dreadnought squadron to rescue a colony surrounded by alien mines. Navigating through the treacherous fields required precise calculations and quick thinking. With the help of her crew, she cleared paths for transport ships, evacuated civilians, and neutralized enemy forces with minimal destruction. Lyra Ven, who had joined the relief efforts, witnessed the operation from a safe shuttle. She marveled at the coordination. I thought humans were vulnerable, she said to a soldier beside her. But look at them now. They are unstoppable, but careful too. Kale's campaigns were not without danger. Alien factions attempted ambushes, deployed traps, and even tried psychological tactics. Yet humans adapted quickly, using intelligence, prediction, and technology in ways the aliens never imagined. Every time the aliens tried to gain the upper hand, they found themselves outmaneuvered, their fleets destroyed, their morale shattered. As the campaign continued, alien governments began turning against one another. Blame spread like wildfire. We underestimated humans, one leader shouted. "It is your fault we are losing," another retorted. Civil war erupted in some sectors as fear and confusion took hold. Humanity's advance had not only liberated colonies but had sown discord among the enemies themselves. Back on Earth, civilians followed every update. The courage and skill of the Dreadnought crews became legendary. Schools used the events as lessons in history and courage, teaching children that humans were strong, smart, and resilient. Lyra Venn, now regarded as a hero for her role in saving. Survivors gave speeches about hope, courage, and unity. Kale, however, remained focused. "We are doing more than winning battles," he told his officers. "We are proving a point. The galaxy must learn that attacking humans comes with a cost no one can ignore. Nova Terra was a tragedy, but it will become a symbol of our strength and resolve." In one of the more dramatic confrontations, a massive alien fleet attempted to trap human forces in a star system. The Dreadnoughts responded with a coordinated attack that outflanked the enemy from multiple directions. Within hours, the alien fleet was annihilated, their command ship destroyed and the survivors scattered. Marisin stood on her bridge, hands trembling slightly with adrenaline. "They never expected this," she said. "No one ever expected this." Kale's eyes were steady. "They underestimated humanity for centuries," he said. "It is not just firepower that defeats them. It is heart, intelligence, courage, and unity. The galaxy will remember today, not because we destroyed them, but because we defended what is ours, and did it brilliantly." Across liberated colonies, humans began rebuilding faster than expected. Technology and supplies from Earth flowed freely. Engineers repaired damaged cities, medical teams treated the injured, and schools reopened, showing that even in war humans preserved hope and life. In the alien territories, leaders began to fear humanity on a scale they had never imagined. Rumors spread of a fleet of 500,000 dreadnoughts, each a city-sized fortress capable of destroying entire planets. Panic spread among the civilian populations of alien worlds. Some began to question their own governments, wondering why they had ever attacked humans in the first place. Kale, however, did not allow complacency. "The galaxy must see us not only as strong, but as disciplined," he reminded his officers. "We fight to defend, we fight to protect, and we fight with precision. Chaos is not our weapon, strategy is." Even among the crew, morale was high but tempered with responsibility. Every victory reminded them of the price of their mission, of Nova Terra, and of the colonies that needed protection. They knew this. Campaign would be long, but they also knew that humanity was ready. As the human fleet moved deeper into alien space, Kale prepared for the next stage. Reports indicated that some alien leaders were considering surrender. Others were rallying forces, desperate to stop the humans. Either way, the galaxy would soon understand that humans had returned, not to negotiate, but to claim their rightful place among the stars. Lyra Venn, looking at one of the liberated colonies from orbit, whispered to herself, "We are stronger than they imagined, and we are just beginning." Kale allowed himself a small smile. Humanity had taken the fight to the stars, liberated its people, and shown the galaxy that it would not be underestimated. The message was clear. Humanity was back, united, and unstoppable. The alien empires, once arrogant and confident, now faced a choice: surrender and learn from humans, or continue to resist and face total destruction. Either way, the galactic reckoning had begun, and Earth had already proven it was the force to be reckoned with. Above all, Kale knew this truth. Humans did not seek unnecessary war. They sought justice, protection, and survival. But when provoked, their answer would always be decisive and overwhelming. The galaxy had never seen anything like it. From the edges of human-controlled space to the outermost alien territories, whispers spread of a force that defied imagination. 500,000 dreadnoughts, each larger than a moon, each armed with weapons capable of leveling entire planets, had emerged from hiding. The aliens, once arrogant and confident, were now terrified. Humanity was no longer a quiet observer in the cosmos. It was a predator, and the galaxy felt its power. Admiral Cale Rhin stood on the bridge of the flagship Vigilant, overlooking the assembled fleet. It stretched farther than his eyes could see, a glittering forest of steel and energy, engines humming with immense power. Each dreadnought was manned by humans, each crew ready to defend their species and strike with precision. "Prepare for deployment," Cale ordered. His voice was calm, but every officer and soldier on the bridge felt the weight of history in his words. Today, the galaxy will understand what it means to threaten humanity. Lieutenant Mara Sin scanned the formations. "All fleets are in position, Admiral. Every sector is secured. Alien forces are scattered, their morale shattered. They will not be able to mount a coordinated defense." Cale nodded. "Good. Then it is time. Begin the final push. Show them humanity is not just strong. It is unstoppable." The fleet moved as one. 500,000 massive ships advanced through space, engines leaving trails of light like a river of stars. Alien sensors, finally detecting the human armada, were overwhelmed. Every system overloaded, every calculation failing to comprehend the scale. They had never faced such numbers, such organization, such power. An alien commander, observing from his flagship, shook with fear. "It cannot be. 500,000 ships, impossible." Another responded, "Their forces. They move as one. Every attack we try fails. They are beyond understanding." Cale gave the signal. Every dreadnought activated its primary weapons. Energy arrays, plasma cannons, and orbital disruptors powered up. The first targets were remaining alien command centers, planets still under their control, and isolated fleets hiding in remote sectors. The first wave struck with precision, unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. Entire alien fleets disintegrated under coordinated volleys. Planets that had been occupied for decades were freed in hours. Alien defenses, no matter how advanced, collapsed under the overwhelming power of humanity's technology and strategy. Onboard Vigilant, Mara Sin watched as enemy ships exploded in vast numbers. "It's unbelievable," she whispered. "The scale, we are unstoppable." Engineer Solon monitored power outputs. "We are not just destroying them. We are sending a message. Every strike shows what humans are capable of when united." Meanwhile, on liberated colonies, human survivors celebrated cautiously. They had seen hope return in Part 4, but now the sheer magnitude of the fleet's power made them realize something extraordinary. Earth had not only defended its colonies, it had become the galaxy's reckoning. Cale knew that fear was a weapon. The human fleet moved deliberately, showing strength but avoiding unnecessary destruction. The message was clear. Humans protected their own, but those who threatened them would face consequences unlike any before. Across the galaxy, alien governments sent emergency communications begging for ceasefires, offering surrender. Cahill intercepted them but did not immediately respond. Humanity's answer was not hasty. It was deliberate. Lyra Venn, traveling between liberated colonies to assist with rebuilding, watched the fleet from orbit. They are incredible," she said quietly. "I never imagined humans could do this. And yet, here we are, free, alive, and stronger than ever." Kyle addressed his fleet through secure channels. "This is our message to the galaxy. Humanity will not be ignored. Humanity will not forgive attacks on its people. We protect our own, and we punish threats decisively. Any world, any fleet, any empire that believes otherwise will face the consequences." Alien fleets, trying desperately to regroup, faced a new challenge. Humans had mastered fleet coordination and communication at a scale never seen before. Every attempt at ambush or deception failed. Every strike from alien weapons was countered, avoided, or neutralized. The Dreadnoughts were too fast, too powerful, and too intelligent. In one critical confrontation, Cale led a strategic encirclement of an alien stronghold planet. 500,000 Dreadnoughts surrounded the system, cutting off escape routes and communication. Alien leaders realized too late that they were trapped. Mara Sin guided her squadron into position, firing coordinated energy blasts that disabled orbital defenses. Solon and his engineering team ensured no dreadnought was vulnerable, keeping shields at maximum efficiency. The planet surrendered without further conflict. Kyle ordered humanitarian teams to assist with rebuilding and to evacuate civilians. This was humanity's strength, power combined with compassion. They did not destroy unnecessarily, but the sheer presence of 500,000 dreadnoughts was a warning no enemy could ignore. As the campaign continued, alien civilizations began to capitulate, one by one. Some attempted resistance, but the humans were relentless. Each battle was a demonstration not only of technology, but of human courage, strategy, and unity. No alien empire had ever faced such an organized, determined species. Kyle's voice echoed across the fleet. We fight for survival, yes, but also for respect. Let the galaxy know that humanity is not to be trifled with. Every fleet, every colony, every planet we protect is a testament to what humans are capable of. Lyra Venn, traveling with relief teams, saw colonies flourish almost immediately after liberation. Engineers restored power grids, schools reopened, and communities began to heal. Children laughed again, running through parks and streets that humans had rebuilt. Humanity's influence was not just military, it was civilizational. In alien command centers, panic became despair. Leaders argued, threatened, and blamed one another. How could we have underestimated them? One shouted. Our fleets, our planets, they are all gone. How can 500,000 ships move with such coordination? Kyle, listening to intercepted transmissions, allowed himself a moment of grim satisfaction. They assumed weakness, he said. We are proving them wrong, not just in battle, but in spirit. Humanity cannot be ignored. The fleet continued its campaign, moving toward the farthest reaches of the galaxy where remaining alien forces hid. Communication networks spread the news. The humans of Earth had returned, stronger, united, and determined. Fear spread faster than fire. Entire civilizations reconsidered war with humans before even trying to fight. Finally, after weeks of relentless campaign, the human fleet gathered at a strategic point near the heart of alien-controlled space. 500,000 dreadnoughts, aligned in perfect formation, formed an unbroken wall of power. Any fleet attempting to challenge them would face annihilation. Any planet attempting rebellion would find itself under impossible threat. Kyle addressed his fleet one last time. This is not conquest, this is warning, this is protection. The galaxy has seen what we can do, and it has learned a truth it will never forget. Humanity protects its own, and those who threaten us will face overwhelming force. Let them see our fleet, let them feel our presence, and let them understand. Earth's answer is absolute. From the viewpoint of alien command centers, the fleet was terrifying. Stars reflected off steel hulls, energy arrays hummed with power, and the sheer numbers of ships left no doubt. Humans had returned, and the galaxy would never underestimate them again. Kyle knew the war was not just about fleets and planets. It was about humanity's place in the galaxy. With the dreadnoughts in full display, humanity's message was clear. Attack humans and face consequences unlike anything known before. Protect humans and find allies in a species that valued courage, intelligence, and unity above all. Lyra Venn, watching from orbit above a newly liberated colony, smiled. Children played safely below, rebuilding communities while humans ensured that no one would ever again feel helpless. She whispered, Earth's answer. It is perfect. We are alive, we are strong, and we will never be weak again. Kale, standing on the bridge of Vigilant, looked across the vast fleet. He felt the weight of responsibility, but also the pride of humanity. Every ship, every crew member, every liberated colony was proof that humans had reclaimed their place in the galaxy.